Still walking. Still walking. Up we go. Up the mountain we go. Whew. Nothing like a hike like this to get you going for the week, man. Hey, Monday morning. Woohoo! That was about an hour 40 minutes to walk up the mountain. Everything still appears to be here. We'll see now. Hopefully all my tools and stuff are still here. But yeah, this is the shed we built last week. I'm glad I got this weed eater up here. It was a pain in the ass to get it up, but it's up. Oh, cool, there's another flow bin. Okay, awesome. Looks like we might have some water here. Hey, there we go. We got some water to mix some concrete. We did organise another flow bin. That wood's going to be drying out nicely on my cladding. Whew, man, that was quite a slog to get up here. But yeah, I think that's stillness and relaxation. Oh, man, that weed eater's heavy. That flipping thing's heavy. Alright, so that was the great wall up the mountain, and now I've got to clear the site because it is still just grass and fynbos and bush. And yeah, before I can start building anything, I need to clear it. Firstly, so I can walk here, but secondly, so we can sort of start to fireproof it a little bit. You know, obviously if a big fire comes, you're still going to be in trouble here. But my plan is to weed eat it every week and sort of weed eat the patch bigger and bigger every time. So yeah, eventually it'll be just like short grass. So it'll be like it would be in a garden or in a park or something like that. So if the fire does come, it's not going to set fire to everything, and you can put it out. But yeah, even now there's still bushes way too close to the edges. So yeah, every week I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger, till we've got at least, I'd say, 10 meters around the house, all in all directions, that it's completely clear of long grass anyway. And then yeah, from there we can start building. But yeah, this was a bit of a process. This took about 2 hours probably to do all the weed eating. What you're seeing here now is a very abbreviated version. There was having to redo the line a couple of times on the weed eater, and just getting it all cut down nicely. But yeah, it's like breaking ground, I suppose. It's the first process of the build, and it's not the most fun part of it, but it's something that has to be done. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay. So the main reason for me weed eating all the grass here is mainly for fire, actually. You don't want, when the fire comes here, you don't want it underneath the house. Also, it's a lot easier to stop if it's not raging high because of the fynbos. So yeah, the plan is to weed eat all the way around the house, just so that we've got a nice buffer if the fire comes, that we can pull it out, and also that it doesn't get too hot under the house, otherwise it's going to set fire to everything. So that's the plan, because yeah, fires are a problem because of lightning more than anything else. The thunderstorms come and then there's lightning, and yeah, I saw it when I built Hendrik's house. We had there's about 7 fires that started within sort of 10 minutes of each other. Everywhere the lightning struck on the mountain, the fire started. So it was quite exciting. I don't want that here. So yeah, that is the story with the grass. Okay, so 14 meters wide by 8.5 meters deep. It's pretty much the size of the house. There's the piece of ground that I've cleared. That is going to be the view. Not too shabby. I think that view is pretty spectacular. So nice to be able to walk here now and not worry about where the snakes are. As you can see where everything is now. Hey, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful view. Oh, this house is going to be spectacular. Hey. There we go, all the weed eating's done. The sun's above us, so I can film from this side. And there where the rock is pretty much going to be the center. That's the starting point, first hole. First hole. Dug. First hole, cement to the next, yeah. Hole wasn't too bad. Pretty rocky, but not undiggable. Not undiggable. So yeah, not too terrible. Okay. So the first line of poles, that's 6 or 8 of them. First, get that first central line down, get all those in, then we'll get the dumpy level, get a level, cut them all off, notch them, and get that first line of beams in. And then from there, can work out 4.2 meters to the edges. Right. First pole going in. First pole going in. Okay, that's number 1. Now, 59 more to go. A little bit of a challenge, but yeah, I try not to think about it like that. Just think, oh well, it's going to take 2 weeks to get the substructure in, so that's what we do. But it's fine. It's all good. Yeah. Could be worse. Could be in an office. This beats an office. Right. Third hole going in. So I've got the other 2 in. This one, and then I can make a straight line across the 14 meters here. To get my center line. And then once I've got my center line, we'll see how it goes today. I might wait till tomorrow to put a gut line on it because I might pull it skew. So once I've got the center line, then I can get the
There's another 2 poles to come in between each one of these, another 2 poles. So yeah, slowly, that's how we build the house. Alright, putting in some audio, yeah? Let's see how this thing works. I think it should work alright. I've got to go a bit far away from the camera now, so I'll put the mic on. That's some company. The shepherd next door. Okay. I'll put you over here. Should be able to see everything there. Now I've got to bisect that angle. Let's see how it's working. Quite cool that I can use the mic over here. You guys can hear what I'm saying, and I'm miles away. If you can see what I'm doing, it don't really seem to be lined up there, but anyway. Okay, that's square, that's level. That's level, oh, that's level, that's looking good. Okay, let's get the bubble in the middle. Go in the middle of the bubble. Right, now I've got to line up that pole with that pole. Let's take the shades off here for a sec. Take the cap off as well, that might help. Right, last pole going in. Sorry man, the battery went flat on the camera there, so yeah, unfortunately we lost that marking out session with the dumpy level, but anyway, I'm sure you guys have seen that before. Alright, let's see how it works here. I've got to get a pole in. Actually see how well this mic works. You can hear me at this side. I've got to get a pole, put it in, cement it in, and that's my last one for the day. And I've just got to tidy up, clean up here, set up my tent, all those good things. How's it working? It should work, right? I think it works up to 250 meters. And I needed this in the Alps. All the wind noise I had. And I got the windsock on, so I think it should be okay. Right, where's me all? Alright, let's see if we can get this thing in. Some beautiful light now. Okay, let's get this puppy lined up because, oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Right, perfectly lined up. I'll chuck some cement, and then after that, I'll level it. I'll show you guys the mountains. Absolutely gorgeous. How's that? Hey, isn't that amazing? Oh man, this place is spectacular. I wonder if I'll get bored of that view. I doubt it. I think it's going to be awesome the whole way through this build. Let's get you a proper view of what was done today. There we go, 5 poles. That's pretty much all that's got done. But that's fine, because tomorrow I'm going to get the gut lines up, get all the in-between poles in, and then we can start stringing all the 152s and start getting some base in here. Build the deck, and then after the deck we start building the walls, and then the roof, and then the cladding, and then so it goes. But yeah, I think that worked out alright today. Bit of a rough start, but at the end of the day, all good. I'm happy. Good morning. Right. So today, got to sort out some levels. So, let's get this shoulder set up. Because I'm going to work in quite far away. You know, this ground is incredibly hard, and it's really difficult to dig in. But one good thing is I don't think we're going to get any sort of subsidence. It's not like when you work in sand, you know, there it's super easy to dig holes, but you know, the problem there is you get a thing called liquefaction, which if it rains a lot, the sand liquefies or gets water in between the actual particles of sand, and then the poles sink in the ground, which is a major problem. Because the house is pretty heavy, man. I mean, how much timber did we bring up here? Probably about 3 tons so far, maybe 4 tons of timber. So you've got all that weight pushing down on a pole. That's the reason why we put so much concrete in, to make a bigger footprint. So it's pushing down on a larger area of sand. But here, it takes you an hour to dig a hole, but there's absolutely no chance the pole's going to sink into this. Firstly, it's not clay. Secondly, it's not sand. But thirdly, it's so full of rocks that there's no way the pole can push through them, you know. So yeah, that is a good thing. That is a good part. It's a bit of a pain in the butt digging there. But yeah, at the end of the day, a really good strong foundation. Alright, incoming concrete. Here we go. Another pole going in. All dug, got through all the rocks. So yeah, I wasn't going to move any massive boulders to get them absolutely perfectly in line. These ones are good. Just remember, you have to look at that line there, not the line from the top, because some of these poles are bent. So that is perfectly straight. This one here, like I said, needs a couple of poles put in once the actual structure's up, because there's not enough there to put concrete in. So yeah, tomorrow we'll start putting all these things together, and then hopefully it'll start looking like a bit of a structure, of a deck anyway. But now I'm going to have a shower and see what happens with the storm, because it looks a little bit ominous. I think we might get wet tonight. That's okay, my tent's up. Shall be dry. I'm just going to pack all the electronical stuff away, phones, cameras, all that stuff will go in the tent, and everything else that's outside must be stuff that can get wet. This shouldn't actually get wet. So yeah, there's the camp. The camp food box, toolbox, water, tent, batteries, 3 litre generators. Put these down here. Right. Yeah, in amongst my timber, living in amongst my timber. It's a happy place to be. So yeah, it rained the whole night. As you can see, everything's a bit wet in here. Unfortunately, we haven't got sides on this carport, so yeah, it keeps the rain out of it's coming straight down. But if it's mist like this, it just soaks everything, man. But it's fine. It's fine. You know, in the tent, it's waterproof, so that's cool. Everything I need to stay dry, all my camera equipment and stuff's in there. And yeah, the timber and stuff doesn't really matter if it gets wet. Screws can get wet, not a problem. But yeah, starting to clear now. It's almost 9 o'clock. But yeah, it was pretty wet out here earlier, as you can see. Have a look at this. That's interesting. That's how much it rained last night. This was completely empty yesterday. So yeah, that's how much rain we had. It was just below 500 and now it's up. It's probably, yeah, 550 litres. So yeah, we got a little bit off the roof last night. That's great. Yeah, here's the work site. A bit wet this morning. I'm just going to wait for the sun to burn this off a little bit more. And now I'm going to start cutting all these poles to length, get them all level, and then start notching them and start getting some beams in here, man. Okay, so I'm going to try use this mic again today. I battled with it yesterday. Let's see if it works. I'm going to clip it on my shirt, and if it'll pick up properly. But yeah, yesterday I filmed a whole section and it had no audio, so yeah, that's no good. Right, so this morning I've got to mark our levels on here according to the gut line, which is now full of rain, so it is indicating slightly lower. Let's take the level and actually level all the way around it. Okay, so the poles I didn't mark yesterday, there's a couple of ways you can get that level. Either I can get the dumpy level out again and set all that up, and get it leveled off, or you can do what I'm doing here. You just pull the gut line across from the poles that you know are level, and then take your level across and mark the actual respective level on the pole. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Get you guys set up here. So this one has got no mark on yet, so I don't actually know what the level is. But if I don't stick the level on top, because you can push down on the gut line. If you put it at the bottom, you just bring it up to touching the gut line and level on here. Gut line's sticking a bit now this morning because it's wet. But that is it about there. Alright, so now I've got that one's level. I can draw it round. It's just easy if you've got a couple of marks on this pole, otherwise you you battle to, the chainsaw never wants to run straight through it. Well, it would if you held it straight, but it's always very difficult to hold the chainsaw perfectly level because there is no level on it. So you always end up cutting at a bit of an angle. So by drawing the line around like this, you can kind of make sure that your blade's going through consistently.
Okay, so what I'm doing here now, I'm marking off all the top levels, and then I'm going down 155 millimeters, marking off the bottom levels, because obviously I've got to cut a bottom notch that the actual beam is going to be sitting on. So you cut the top of the poles off, cut that bottom notch, and then what you're going to do is chisel from the top level down to the bottom notch, and then that gives you a place where the actual 152 beam is going to sit. And then you're sorted. Then hopefully, as long as all your notches line up, you've got a perfectly level base to put all the beams on.
Voice back on again. Okay, and I can start chiseling these things out. Start chiseling them out. I better take the drill with so I can do that one as well. And then we've got a line for all our beams to go in. Let me just have a check at the bottom here. Let's see if these bottom notches line up. Yo, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's good. My gut line, I think, is done for now, so I'm going to roll it up. Put it back on the spool. It's out the way for all the critters. Don't want to leave anything lying around that can tangle a bird or an animal. Did a bit of chiseling out there. Top lines are good. Bottom lines are good. Let me give you a bit of a perspective there. See what it looks like. And this is critically important. If you don't get this right, your first step, you see how nice and straight they are. If you don't get this right, everything else along the way is a disaster. Because now all of a sudden nothing's straight anymore, you know. You can have bumps in your floor. So if I can keep this straight and then all my beams I make exactly 4.2, then everything's got to be right. Everything's got to be square, it's got to be straight, because that 4.2 now from the center line going out is determining the exact shape of the structure. As long as you cut all those beams exactly 4.2 now, which I'm going to do shortly, then everything should line up and be straight and square. If you can start straight and square on your base, then everything, all the walls, the roof, everything works out so much easier after that. But yeah, it's pretty important to get that first bit straight, which we have now achieved. So yeah, from now on it should be a little bit easier. Okay, right, so now I've got to fasten this first beam on. And this line of beams is pretty much the most important of the whole build. These babies have got to be straight. They've got to be straight, got to be level. Level looks good. And you can see also that I'm fastening them in with a pretty small screw. It's a 75mm screw. But because I've got a notch, it's actually fine, because all I'm doing physically is just holding the beam into the notch. It doesn't have to have any structural strength. All it's doing is holding it in. Okay, so that's that. But what I'm going to do now is go and cut 2 more beams. These ones are also going to be more than 4.2, I'm guessing, because this is still 5 meters, I think, to the end, yeah. I think it's like a 2 meter piece left on the end. Yeah, see, this is 5 still. So I'm going to cut a 4.2 double notched as well, 1 down, 1 up, and I'll bring those back shortly. Yeah. Alright, so I've got my 1 down, 1 up set up here. Got some waterproof wood glue, which is it's going to be more of a psychological thing, I think, for me, because this wood is wet, so it's not going to stick 100%. But I do like using it, and I do find that it holds everything together nicely. So I'm going to use it. But yeah. So I'm going to use a slightly different technique on the other side now, because I've got different spacings. You'll see here there's quite a big gap between these 2 poles. So there's another pole's got to come in here, which I'm going to do shortly, but it's right on top of this rock. So I'm going to just put it on top of the rock and cement it in place on top of the rock. That's
Okay, so I got all that set up, and I got the whole length of that 14 meter now in place, and now I've got to put all the side beams in. These are all the 4.2s I was talking about. So these 4.2s all go out perpendicular to the main beam, and then this is going to form the first section of our floor, probably in the lounge area. So yeah, putting all these ones in, and like I was saying earlier, as long as the center beam is straight, the outer edge of these 4.2s now should be perfectly straight. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I cut them all beforehand, so they're all ready to go. Putting them in, and yeah, that's the first section of our deck now coming together. It's finally starting to look like something instead of just a couple of poles in the ground. So yeah, it's all coming together, and yeah, after this it'll look like some sort of structure, and something is happening here.
right. So I got all of those in. All the them in. Now I've got to get this one straight. So with these two pieces here, which get into there, this is going to screw 45s. Then I'm going to put the corners up because they've got to get poles. They've got to get poles in those corners. So I'm just going to brace them for now, just in case someone stands on here on the weekend and destroys my structure. But and then on Monday I'll put some poles in those corners. I didn't know exactly where the corners are going to be, so that's why I haven't put poles in there. So yeah, I'm going to screw these to the front now, so that I can figure that little bit out. And then we shall pretty much off of the lounge. There's another piece of this, so the diagonal from the hexagon comes now across here, but there's two octagons in the end first. So first I need to build those octagons, and then I've got to see where this line is going to intersect with those octagons. But yeah, that's pretty much lined up now. My first square, the first box of the hexagon. So this hexagon will now be square. There'll be a duplicate on the far side, and then the two octagons will be built on the end, and then the actual diagonal of the hexagon will then join the octagon. So yeah, a little bit of working out here. It's a little bit challenging, but it's fun. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. So let me put this one on. Alright, so that's all the beams screwed fast. Got some supports on the ends, so you can stand on here now, walk around in here if you want. Solid, and it feels good. It feels good. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. I'm just going to tidy up here now, clean up, roll up all the string and everything, round up all the tools, pack everything away, get it out of the water. Tackle it again next week. Doesn't help to try to do things in a hurry, because you end up making mistakes and then you have to redo it, and then it takes twice as long. So I think I've done it right for this week. We've got not all the holes, but a lot of the holes in. This side here I'm not doing yet because I've got to get that pole in there, and I've got to cut all the notches first still. So there's still quite a bit of stuff to do this side. So I'm rather going to do that on Monday. But just round everything up here. Say goodbye to the beautiful view, and we'll be back here again next week. Right, goodbye camp for another week. See you in a couple of days. All weekend this weekend, so I need to get back. But it was fun, sort of semi-productive. I wouldn't say it was very productive, The rain messed me around a bit this morning, otherwise I would have got that other side done as well. Walking up on Monday cost me half the day. So really I've had 2 days, I suppose you could say. So you're not bad for 2 days. At least everything's level and it's square and it's straight. So it's a good place to start. And then Monday we take it further. It doesn't help to rush and then things aren't level. Because if they're not level now, they're never going to be level. And you are going to battle the whole build with walls that aren't straight. Oh man, it's just a nightmare. So yeah, took my time, got all that stuff sorted, and yeah, I think it was okay. I think it went okay. Yeah, and then we'll tackle it again next week. But yeah, now I've got the hour-long walk down the mountain. But now it would have been really nice to have the bike here because it would have been empty. You could just freewheel down. Although, yeah, the fear of binning it on those loose, gnarly sections is not the kind of thing I want to look forward to for the end of the week. So yeah, but we'll see. If it takes an hour now to walk down, then actually it doesn't make much difference if I've got the bike or not, because I've got to go fetch the bike every morning, or every week. I've got to go fetch it from the farm, so that takes an hour just to fetch the bike. So I might as well just drive here and walk for the hour. It's a nice walk. It's a bit hot now. I've got some water in the back. Got a stain in my shoe, which is rather irritating. And I've got to watch out for this electric fence here. But otherwise, I think it'll actually probably work out pretty much the same of just walking up here. The only problem is the water you've got to carry. Water and fuel. Although I don't think I'm going to need fuel next week, but the week after. I've got to step over this electric fence, not touch it, without dragging my bag, without the other fence touching it as well. Right, okay, survived that one. Hey little dude. Hey little dude. Where's your guardian? Hey, how's it? How's it? Hello. Where's your guardian? There's an Anatolian shepherd dog here, which I think was fed on tractor tires and dynamite when it was a puppy, because man, that thing is mean. It is mean and it is sneaky, and it just appears. All of a sudden it'll be like right behind you. He looks just like a sheep. So this oak, I'm actually glad I'm on the motorbike, because that oak would flip and take me out on the motorbike, I'm telling you. At least now if I'm walking, I've got a chance of seeing him coming. He sneaks up behind you. Yeah, that oak's mean. He was tackled by a leopard the other day. He he had tackled the leopard. The leopard got hold of him as well. So, but the dude survived. But now he's even meaner, man. Now he's even meaner, and he's here somewhere. I don't know where he is. He could be any one of these sheep. But yeah, hopefully I can get through here without meeting the meanie. Don't know what his name is. I don't think he's got a name. Satan, maybe. But yeah, all the little scorpions are cute. Our little scorpions are cute. Hey, little dudes. You guys are cute, man. At least he's looking after you. Hey, so we'll take the leopard out. Hello. Hello. Hey, don't go into the fence, man. Oh, now they're running. Maybe the dog's coming. Okay, looks like I've survived the dog. Hopefully. Good. Where's it, eh? Hello. How's it, man? Hey, you going up and I'm going down. Hey, where are you off to? Hey, is there a party at the top of the mountain? Hey, dude. Oh, you look chilled, man. You are cool, dude. We decide you're going to go down again now. No, let me stop you. You go up the mountain if you want to go up. Maybe there's some girls at the top of the mountain. Hey, that's cool. Down the mountain I go, about halfway down now. It's going a lot faster than it did coming up. It's at 2:45. I left about 20, so about half an hour. So about probably an hour to get down, maybe 50 minutes. Down here, this is slippery as. So yeah, hence my decision. A lot easier walking it, man. I made a plan with the water. I was going to carry water up every day, but there's a lot of water up there. There's 500 litres of water I'm using for the cement, the concrete, and it's clean water. It's not, I wouldn't say you can drink it, but if I get a filter and I filter it, then I can drink it. It's not dirty water or anything. It's beautiful, clear water, but I'll stick it through a filter, and then that'll save me having to carry water up every week. So yeah, I've thought of that now on the way up, then I just got to carry petrol. That's only 5 litres a week, because that little generator is light on fuel, man. It runs 2 to 3 hours on a litre, so yeah, you've got a good 10 hours in the tank of running, and I'm probably only running an hour a day to charge battery, so 5 litres will last me a whole week. I would say maybe only 4 litres will do a week. So yeah, busy figuring all this lot out. If I'm going to be walking, I need to carry as little as possible. That's the theory anyway. The gate's locked. Walked all the way down the mountain in this heat, get here. Now the flipping gate is locked. But if I look at this, it's not Zimbabwean proof locked. I reckon I could get this. I've got all my tools at the top of the mountain. I have got a Leatherman here. I'm telling you, I can unlock this gate. These oaks aren't going to be happy about it. But I'll flip and unlock this thing without anyone even knowing that it has been unlocked. It's not the kind of thing I left all my grinders at the top of the mountain. Oh, it is no longer locked. We'll see on Monday if anyone complains now, but I think I can put it back together again. But yeah, that's not cricket, man. I need to get a key from Frederick. He's got a key for that other lock. But yeah, that is a bit sucky. Get all the way down here and the bloody gate's locked. Okay, anyway, it's not locked anymore. All of that, then me cutting it, because if I cut it, so then you've got some explaining to do. Okay, anyway. Sorted. I'll see you later.